Hey, what's up guys? So, Psyche here. I apologize, it's been a long time I've done a video. It's been kind of a mess here. I've been in the process of debating on moving, so I kind of cleared out my grow rooms and now my timeline has been changed a little bit, and so I'm going to be sticking around for a little bit. So I figured I would take you through this process that I'm going through. I've got two grow rooms. So I've got the one on the left here, that's a 4x4 by 8, and then this one is an 8 by 8, or 8 by 4. Yeah, 8 by 4. 8 by 4 by 8. So this is the one I used to do all the mushroom stuff in, and this was the one I used to grow my plants and do my garden in. I'm kind of debating on switching him up because I'm going to be growing a lot of microgreens, so I think I would almost prefer to dedicate this grow room for plants and do like a big indoor garden, so I can do all the plants that I need and all the food that I need. So that's kind of like an option, and then leaving this room to be more of a mushroom grow room and just maybe fruit a little bit less mushrooms and go less commercial kind of thing on the culinaries. So kind of just grow for myself possibly. The only issue I have with this is that my exhaust for like the humidity is right here, and that is hooked. Let's see if I can go through. That is hooked on the other side down there, and it, as you can see, that tube, and then it shoots over there right to outside. So that's my only exit point. So if I want to transform this grow room into the mushroom grow room, it's gonna have a lot of humidity, and this one needs to get flushed outside. And then currently what I have running in here is, so I got this right here. So I got my carbon filter that's exhausting, and as you can see, this one is exhausting right in this pipe right here, and it was going right in here to feed the mushrooms more oxygen. So I don't know, I'm just kind of tinkering. We'll see what I do, but regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and get microgreens started because they don't take too long. They need to germinate. I've got some mushroom cultures that are already colonizing, so I just need to make some substrate, and these guys will be ready. I have some blocks to fill this room in about a week maybe. So regardless, I'll take you on the journey of what I'm growing, and then I guess I'll update you on what I'm doing with the changings of the room. I also just got a new humidifier controller, so that should help out a lot. But yeah, so I guess let's go on this awesome journey of revamping the rooms with me. So follow along, and yeah, hopefully I will be posting out a lot more content soon. Hopefully I will be posting out a lot more content soon, as I have all these projects going on. So stay tuned, and yeah, follow along. And I forgot to mention, I will be needing to build a lot more of these shelves. I'm thinking I need to build at least 2 more. So I will take you on that process as well. I know someone asked in the comments like a really long time ago. I apologize, I've not gone to it, but hopefully you will get to see how I make these shelves. Alright, so I've gotten all of my leftover PVC right here. I'm just going to take a look at the shelves, and pretty much I'm going to just write down everything that I need and make sure I have all the materials, and then we'll get to building. But I'm probably going to have to make a quick pit stop at the hardware store because I know I don't have any more of these long ones. And I think we're gonna go with 40 inches on that. They're currently at 45, I believe. I want to make them a little smaller, so right about 40 inches. So let's get to it. What's up, guys? Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Again, I apologize for the delay on building those shelves, but hopefully you'll get a pretty good idea of how I'm making these. The dimensions might change a little bit, but the design will be the same. Alright, so I went ahead and took all my measurements down. So this is what I'm going to be needing. I'm going to need 12 of those vertical ones right here, and I'm going to go with 12 inches. These ones are actually 15 inches, but I want to make them a little smaller. I think the gap right here is a little too big. I am losing a little bit of real estate, so I think we're going to go 12. That will give us about 10 inches, so I should be able to do 5 shelves instead of 4, so it'll give me another layer. I'm going to go ahead and need 8 of these small ones right over here for the connectors, because I need one here and one at the top, same for the other side. Then I'm going to go ahead and need 20 T's. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is, just because every layer is going to have, so the bottom is going to have T's for the feet, and each shelf layer is going to get a T as well. And since I'm doing 8 shelves, so that's going to be 10 on each side with the legs, and then so that's going to be 20 in total. And last but not least, the long ones right here. Like I said, I want those to be roughly 40 inches in total, and right now it's making the whole I want the whole shelf to be about 40 inches. So we're going to reduce that to maybe like 38 or something, just because we lose that like 2 inch right here. And yeah, so that's going to make the one shelf, and then if I ever need to build on, it's very easy. Let me show you. I need to add on shelves, so let's say I need to increase capacity. Okay. Oops. So as you can see at the top right here, I've got these T's that are stopping. I can just invert the T's like this and then add another layer if I need to. And also these are going to be a little smaller, like I said, so the shelf should realistically come up only to about here, so I should be able to add a 5th shelf actually. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Yeah, so follow along. Here I'm just kind of dividing all of the 1 1/4 inch PVC. I had some that were like 17 inches and some that were like 15, so yeah, it was just kind of a mess. I wanted to make sure I had everything, but as you will see in the next part, kind of changes a bit. Okay, so little change of plans. I went to the store. And I realized that fittings are freaking like $5 a piece, and I need like 20 of them. I don't know why they're so expensive. So this is 1 1/4 inch PVC, and I took a look at the prices, and it was literally like $5 for each fitting. So I went ahead and I bought 1 inch fittings that I need, because little change of plans, I have a ton of leftover 1 inch PVC. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of cut these to length. It's gonna be the same process. I'm gonna do the same thing as this, so it's gonna be the same design. I'm just gonna go ahead and do 1/4 inch smaller. So I'm still going to take you on that journey. These were definitely a lot less expensive, and then I'm going to build the one shelf to show you for now, and then I think I will slowly try to find more fittings, because I know I have some of these tees like laying around somewhere. So I'm going to take a peek before I go and buy a bunch and just spend all my money. So yeah, let's do it. So I went ahead and divided all this PVC that I had, because these were used for, I think, shelving or my humidity system before. These to like carry the humidity. Anyways, I divided into 2 stacks, the ones with like no joints, so these are all pretty much good and ready to go. And then these guys have some joints on them. I don't remember if I glued everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can salvage some of these, because we all know they're pretty expensive. So yeah, I'm gonna get through that, and then I'll get some measurements out, cut everything, and we'll build a shelf. Okay, so I went ahead and measured with the 1-inch PVC 15 inches, so that's going to be for the verticals right there. I'm going to need 12 of those, and well, actually I'm going to do probably 5 layers, so I'll need to add 4 more for each shelf, so we'll go to 16 probably. And then these are going to be the length these way, and we're going to go 40 inches, so I just gotta go cut that, and then I will decide what I want to do for this size right here after I get done cutting these, but I'm thinking most likely 5 inches, so let's get that cut. Okay, so we back. I made all my cuts and measurements. Time lapse. Let's do it. Okay, so first things first, I went ahead and kind of divided all my pieces so that they're nice and organized and it's easy for me to grab. And then I started building the sides of the shelf first because it's going to be easier to just build it 2 sides and then stand them up and fit the lengths in afterwards. So as you can see, I'm just adding a T in between every 15-inch PVC, and once I reach the top, I will show you what I did, but I then stand them up so it's easier for me to just slide the shelvings in. And I started with the feet because that's gonna add some sturdiness because it is not connected at the top just yet. If you're enjoying, please feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the new year. Cheers. Okay, so sorry, I feel like the time lapse was not the best, but this is how I ended up doing the shelves. So I added T's at the end of it, and then I added like a tiny little piece of PVC, and then did with corners. Same length, so that way it gives nice sturdy and shape to everything. And same for this side. So now in theory it should also be a little smaller, so it should fit in this grow room pretty nicely. I think it's gonna be shelf for the microgreens, and then I'm gonna move this shelf because it's a little sturdier for the mushroom bags because it's got to hold a little bit more weight. So if you enjoyed watching this, stay tuned. I think next video is just going to be me germinating some microgreens and just getting mushrooms set up, I guess. So yeah, follow along. Alright, so I was doing a little more tinkering and I think we figured it out. So I ended up putting the new shelf I built in the mushroom grow room. This is going to be like the mushroom grow area, kind of like 4x4-ish. And then I've got this hydroponic tower that I built, and we're gonna do a bunch of herbs and plants that are kind of cool with humidity, and this will feed back in actually to the tote that makes the humidity. So that's gonna be for this room, and then on top we're still gonna have that coming in, which this is from this room, and then we are gonna do a bunch of microgreens, and some kind of plants. So some kind of plants, I mean like vegetables and stuff. I kind of want to grow most likely beans. I definitely want tomatoes in here. I've been enjoying growing zucchinis. Those are really fun to grow, especially when they flower. They're very pretty. So alright, enough ranting. So I just wanted to give a last kind of update. I decided what I want to do. So this will be like vegetable garden / microgreens, and then we'll leave a little section right here for high humidity plants and herbs and stuff like that, and then we'll have the mushrooms this way. If I don't like it, we'll just add another shelf in here, move this to there. So alright, okay, so this is my humidity controller. The probe got completely broken at some point, so I ended up getting a new one. So I'm not sure if you guys want to see this part of the video. I'm just kind of setting up how the humidity goes. I know on my channel there is a video about how I kind of like set up my humidifier and all that stuff. So it's going to be the same setup, but I guess I'll give it a refresher. But essentially, this is what we're getting, same thing, and then this humidity probe is a lot better, so I'm very hyped about that. Now here is what I'm planning to do. I'm just gonna tripod. Ew. So in here, I've got this fan, and inside my fan, I've got my mist maker. And these are going out right there. And they are both hooked onto this right here. Now this was actually getting plugged into, this gets plugged into work 1, I believe. So now the way I would adjust those settings is I want a threshold of like, whenever it hits like 80% humidity, I want it to kick back in. And then whenever it reaches like, I don't know, like 96 or something, I'll mess around with the settings, it will kick back off. So that's what work 1 will do. It's just gonna trigger, it's gonna trigger the humidifier and the fan once it reaches, anytime it's below like a threshold of like 80% humidity, for example. And then the work 1, or work 2, I mean, which is this one, is going to run the exhaust fan to make everything, this fan right here, this exhaust, there you go, this exhaust fan right there. And what that will do is whenever the threshold on the humidifier reaches above, I think like 96 is what I'll set it up at, it's gonna kick on the exhaust and clear the entire room of the humidity, and then just kind of freshen it out with fresh air. At the same time, that's going to be in a separate timer from this. I have to mess around. That's most likely going to be in a timer, but I will have this room with this carbon filter exhausting every, I'm not exactly sure, I'm going to do some calculation, but that's going to exhaust into here. So I have to be mindful of that, and then just having the humidity controller is just so helpful because it's going to detect automatically with the two, like how much humidity, and it's going to make it consistent as to I'll be able to consistently have oxygen going into this room and then still keeping it humid. So that is the plan, and this, unfortunately, like it's kind of a mess in this area. But I'm gonna go plug this in to the outside of the back of the room, and then I'll have my humidity probe over here. Since the humidity comes from over here, and I want to make sure that it like reaches there, and then once it reaches there, and then that's at like 90, that corner, that in my opinion, it will make sure that everything else has been properly like under the right humidity. So, yeah, cheers. Follow along. Psych-E out.